Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the all-new Kamacho pickup truck, which, as I'm making this video by the way, has not been released yet in GTA Online, but supposedly it will be released tomorrow on Tuesday, February 6th. The reason why I'm making this video is to go over this vehicle, showcase it, and discuss everything you guys need to know about it before it's released tomorrow, so you can decide whether it's worth buying or not. So then, let's go ahead and get straight into things. And first of all, the Kamacho is the fourth remaining unreleased vehicle from the Doomsday Heist update, and when released tomorrow, at the same time as always, around 9:30 to 10 AM here in the UK, this will be listed on the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website for a price of $345,000. Which, let me tell you right now, is a very good price for this pickup truck. It is not just an awesome looking truck, but it's also very, very good all round. And at the price of $345,000, it's actually below the average price of a DLC pickup truck. But this truck is nowhere near below average. In fact, I'd go as far as saying as the Kamacho is possibly the best pickup truck that's being added to GTA Online. And this is something which will become apparent throughout this video, so keep on watching to find out why. But first, for you guys wondering, this truck is based upon the Jeep Crew Chief 715 concept. And as you can see in these two images, the two trucks are very, very similar in the terms of their shape and design. And in fairness, Rockstar have done a very good job on it. But next, let's move on to the customization of the Kamacho, and let me guys tell you straight away, this thing has a load of customizations and upgrades available for it. Starting off in the front bumper category, we have 13 different options, all of these being bull bars, and some of these look absolutely awesome as well. In fairness, this car from stock looks pretty nice anyway, but I ended up selecting the bull bar 2 option. Then moving on to rear bumper, all of these are light cage options, so basically you can apply one of these to protect the rear lights. Again, some of these are really awesome, but I ended up selecting the stock light cage. I thought those were quite nice as well. Then after upgrading the engine, you have the option to change out the exhaust as well. Now in fairness, the stock exhaust is pretty nice anyway, but if you wanted to, you could upgrade it and either go for a tucked away exhaust, a side pipe, or the stack pipes, which I ended up selecting. I thought those were extremely cool. And one thing to look out for in this video as well later on is when I'm driving around and flames are spitting out of those exhausts too, it looks extremely cool. Anyway, but for the first time ever, with this car you have the option to change out the doors for these tubular doors, which I didn't apply, I left it on stock, but I will be talking about those a little more later on in the video. Then in the grills category, you have the option to change out the grill. I thought the stock one with the logo on it looked extremely nice anyway, so I didn't change that out. Then in the hoods category, again, loads of different options to choose between, with the option of fitting guards, vents, or the utility hood, which adds an axe and a shovel to the hood as well. Now, of course, depending on what look you want to go for, you have a nice selection of different choices here. I ended up selecting the guarded side vent hood. I thought that one was kind of nice. Now, it's worth pointing out, whilst we're in the lights category, this car comes with a roof light bar from standard, which not only looks awesome, but is fully functional as well. But let's move on to the liveries category, and again, this car has a load of different choices available for it. One of my favorites being the Mil-Spec Mayhem. It is a military livery. Just go ahead and set the primary and secondary color to a matte military green, and this car looks extremely cool. You've also got the Redneck Tuxedo, which is a camouflage, which is pretty nice as well, and the True Patriot, which was available for the Riata, and looks pretty nice too. Then, as for respray, in my opinion, the Kamacho looks great in a range of different colors. For some reason, I decided to go for a candy red, both primary and secondary. I thought it went really well with the livery that I had fitted, but in hindsight, there are much better colors available for this. The orange it was in initially was quite nice in my opinion. But moving on then to roll cages, again, there's a few different options here to add a roll cage to the truck bed. I went for bars 2. There's also a roof option for the Kamacho, which allows you to remove the roof. It takes off the canvas roof from this. Personally, I much prefer to have it on, but if you guys prefer that bare bones look, that's also an option. Then in the skirts category, you have the option to change out the standard side steps this car comes with for these upgraded ones, and there are various different color options as well for those. Then as for bed liners, if you guys want to, you can fit a bed rack or you can place a weapons crate or an ammo box. There's also the utility option, which would go well with the utility hood if you fit that, or the bed rack with duffel bags, which I ended up selecting. Now it's worth noting, it doesn't matter whether you fit one of these or not, it doesn't increase or decrease the number of passengers you can carry around in this vehicle. Unfortunately, only 4 people can ride in the Kamacho. No one can sit in the truck bed like you can in some other pickup trucks. So don't let that put you off some of these upgrades. But moving on to the final option at the custom shop, that being the window tints. Now it's worth noting this car doesn't have any passenger windows, but applying this window tint will put a small bar at the top of the windshield and will of course tint the rear window as well. Anyway, but there we go then guys, those are all the customization options available for the Canis Kamacho. I think it's safe to say this is one of the most customizable pickup trucks that we have in GTA Online. So much of this truck is customizable, which is good to see, and there's plenty of choice as well. But going back to the tubular door option, so if you want to, you can change out the stock doors for these tubular doors, but you might question why I'd want to do that apart from looks, as they may offer less protection. Well, as you can see, as you shoot in between the tubular sections, the bullets don't actually go through, they ricochet off an invisible barrier. So by the looks of things, these doors haven't been coded correctly, and the game thinks they're just regular doors. And you can see exactly what I'm talking about when I go to throw some sticky bombs in between the tubular sections, they somehow stick to the invisible sections. So if for some reason you're worried about selecting these doors and offering less protection, well do not worry, it doesn't make a difference. Anyway, now one thing really worth talking about in this video regarding the Canis Kamacho is its ability to drive off-road. Believe me when I say this car is absolutely incredible driving off-road. It is not just one of the best pickup trucks that we now have in GTA Online, but it's possibly one of the best off-road vehicles as well. The Canis Kamacho is quick both on-road and off-road. It is fast at accelerating. This thing is also very torquey as well. This thing will climb nearly any vertical slope. It will go up places which most other off-road vehicles and pickup trucks in-game won't even try. This thing, like I said, just truly is incredible, and I'll try and include a few clips of this as an example throughout the video. But hopefully tomorrow, when this vehicle is officially released into GTA Online, I'll be able to give you guys a better comparison between this and many of the other good off-road pickup trucks and vehicles that we have in GTA Online. What you're seeing in the gameplay may not come across as that special, but trust me guys, this pickup truck really is phenomenal. And it's one of those things that whilst you're driving around, you can really feel how good this is. Like right now, this slope that I'm driving across, most other off-road cars would just be sliding down, but this is so torquey and so powerful, it just drives straight up the hill without any issues whatsoever. Now I realise we don't really have proper off-roading in GTA Online, but I know one thing which many players like to do is make their way to Raton Canyon and drive the off-road vehicles through the water. Now in fairness, this vehicle is pretty good at that as well. It's not the best vehicle that we have for driving through water, but it's not too bad either. And you can actually submerge this thing fully in water for a few seconds before it needs air and eventually destroys itself. But as long as you're powering through water which isn't too deep, it will go nearly anywhere. Now as mentioned before, the Canis Kamacho comes across as a pretty quick pickup truck, both on-road and off-road, and in fairness, its acceleration is very good as well, but it wouldn't make much sense doing the drag race on tarmac. So I thought I would do a drag race on this off-road section alongside the Sandy Shores airfield, between the Canis Kamacho, the Contender, and the Dubster 6x6. Now all three of these are fully customized with all the upgrades applied, and as you can see we're starting things off with the Canis Kamacho. Now I realise this section isn't really that crazy in the terms of being off-road, but nevertheless I thought it would be a pretty good test for these three vehicles, and the Canis Kamacho finishes this in 25.03 seconds. Then second of all, we'll take a look at the Contender, which by the way guys, is the fastest pickup truck that we have in GTA Online. But it's worth noting, this isn't in the off-road category. The Contender is actually in the SUV category, so whether it's faster or slower, it doesn't necessarily matter, as neither of these will ever go up against each other in a race, unless of course you want to race against your friends in free mode. But as it turns out, the Contender is a little faster than the Canis Kamacho. It completes this small race in 23.17 seconds, which means it's approximately 2 seconds quicker, but like I said, it is worth noting it is in the SUVs category, not the off-road category. It's also a lot smaller and lighter as well, so it kind of makes sense. But as for the third and final vehicle, this being the Dubster 6x6, which of course is in the off-road category, and in fairness, in regards to being a pickup truck, is very good off-road as well. Not quite as good as the Canis Camacho, but nevertheless isn't too bad, and it completes this in 25.17 seconds, so only just slower than the Canis Camacho. So for a big off-road pickup truck, the Canis Camacho is certainly a quick one. It may not be the fastest vehicle in the off-road category, but in my opinion is by far the best vehicle to use whilst driving off-road. Because like I said, this thing is just absolutely incredible. It will climb up hills which no other vehicle will drive up. Like I said, it is a very torquey vehicle, very grippy as well off-road, and is the ideal choice to make. And for a price of $345,000, I think this vehicle is very well priced too. Definitely a vehicle I would recommend buying, and if you guys love pickup trucks, you're going to love this one as well. Even for those players out there that don't necessarily like trucks, I still think many of you guys will like this one, because it looks awesome, and like I said, it's insane off-road. Well, with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it then for this video. Those are all the things you guys need to know about this truck before tomorrow, when it's officially released into GTA Online. I, of course, want to get your thoughts and feelings on this. What do you guys think about the new Canis Camacho? So go ahead and leave a comment on this video. If you guys could also drop a like as well, it would, of course, be greatly appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.